Hello and welcome, it's Janet Beckers here. Today's episode is a teaching lesson, which means get ready to get your pen and paper out, get ready to take notes, because today I'll be walking you through step by step on mastery of a particular tactical strategy that you use. And today's we're going to be looking at complementary sessions, a really common technique that is used especially in the coaching profession. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through 7 big mistakes that people make if they are offering complementary sessions. So stick with me, we're going to work through those 7, and as well as telling you the mistakes, I'll tell you what to do instead so that they do work. And then you'll be able to assess at the end if this is something that you want to be using as a strategy in your business. Now, why am I talking about this particular topic today? Well, I've just finished creating a bonus module that's for the clients who are working through my Attract Your Tribe program. And this is a bonus module on how to sell on the phone, or as I like to think of it, is how to have conversion conversations. And there's a few different ways that you can be doing that. And within that, there is the strategy of the complementary session, or my retake on it. So I've actually been providing a structure, a template to be able to follow, to be able to have these conversations, how to, put this into your business model, and when's it appropriate to use it in your business model and when definitely not. And then also that mindset that goes around so that you can be having these conversations with confidence and actually really enjoy them. So that's why I'm talking about it today. So I'm going to be covering just one small section of that, but it's going to be really valuable for you. So you're ready to take some notes, and I'd really love to hear from you. If you're using complementary sessions at the moment, are you going to make any changes based on what I've shared with you today? Okay, so let's get started. So I'm just going to refer down to my notes so I don't forget any of these 7. The very first mistake that people make is they offer a complimentary session. So if you have heard people say, oh look, I've got a complimentary session available for you, or a discovery session, that may be what it's called, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Well, the first thing for me is this is kind of really desperate. They're just saying to me, look, come, and I can have something for free. For me, my BS meter goes up straight away, and I'm going, you know what? I know this is not a free session. I know what you're trying to do is you want to get me on the phone, and then you're going to try to sell for me. And it just seems desperate. For me, there is an immediate disconnect, an immediate distrust. If you're finding that you're not really getting people going, yeah, awesome, a free session, I want something free. If you're finding that people aren't saying that, they're kind of going, oh, no, it's all right, they're stepping back a little bit, that will be why, okay? So if that's number 1 mistake, is just going out there going, complimentary session, discovery session, it's on your website, book in now, it's for everybody. So that's mistake number 1, making it available for everybody and saying this is a free complimentary session. So let's look a bit further and we'll work out what you can be doing instead. Now, the other mistake that people make is they consider what they're doing is they're giving you a bit of a try before you buy. So, and we'll even use those things of, you know what, I'm going to give you a complimentary session, and that'll give you an idea of if you like the way that I work. To me, that is kind of putting you on kind of like, I'm actually not really confident that I can get results for you. So, I hope you like me at the end of this. Again, it is not positioning you as an authority, as the guide who's going to be able to help them on their transformational journey. That you are not really the person who understands what their problem is and where they're trying to go, and that you've got a process to get them there. If you're saying that this is kind of a try before you buy, it means, look, there's a really good chance you're not going to like me. That's why I've got to do this. So that is not really very good positioning. So if you're mentally thinking of this as a try before you buy, if you're finding that you're using the language that gives that impression, this is not a good thing for you to be doing. the complimentary sessions will not be working for you, because people are not coming in there seeing you as the person who is confident that you're going to get results for people. So let's have a look now at another mistake that people make. And as I'm going through, we'll be getting by the end, you'll be working out what you can be doing instead. Now, this is one of the things that a huge mistake that I made when I started, and you might be very well doing this. A big mistake people make when they're giving a complimentary session is really trying to just give as much value as you can in that time, like a total brain dump, where you're thinking, you know what, I am so going to impress this person with how much I know and how much I can help them, that I'm going to try to do as much of that I can in this 30, 60, 90, whatever it is that you set aside. I'm going to help them as much as I can, because then they're going to go, whoa, this chick knows what she's talking about. I am so signing up. Big mistake. And it took me a while to learn this one, because when I first started in the Niche Partners, which is the business that sort of started out where I would be working with people to help them to get the results. So not just mentoring them, it was a done for you. So I'd do everything for them and get a revenue share. And then that evolved to become Wonderful Web Women, which started to turn into a coaching business. So when I was first starting out, like I didn't have mentors. I just was working it out myself. So whenever I got anybody on the phone, I just couldn't help myself but over deliver. And then this is what would come at the end of it. I would then say, hey, so, I've got some great programs. You want to sign up for some coaching? And they would just go, oh my God, you are fantastic. I have just got so many ideas. I didn't even think of half of the things that you've just told me about. And you know what? I've got so many ideas now. It's going to take me a few months to actually go and take action and implement it. I reckon I've got a good stuff to start with now. So I am so coming back to work with you in just a few months once I've finished doing all this. Literally, that's what people were saying. If you're getting conversations like that, just know that that is a big mistake. You can't try to over-deliver and impress by doing this huge brain dump and just trying to help them as much as you can. It's not going to work. You're not doing them a service, because very likely, if you followed them up in a month and said, how much action did you take on what I gave you? Very few of them have done anything, I can tell you now, because they're not going to get that. They're not going to go forth and actually do it. So it's not helping them, and it's not helping you with your sales. So that's another really, really big mistake, is to try to totally over-deliver in that session. Now, let's keep on moving on. So the next thing then that I see a big mistake that people make is not being absolutely super clear on exactly what is the offer that you are going to be making to people when they, at the end of your conversation or sometime during your conversation, when it comes to, look, this is the way I can help you. So if you've got lots of different things that you could be helping people with, you might have a few different programs, a few different services, and they may be, quite different outcomes from each one. If you're getting people onto a free session, you can be spending a lot of time trying to work out, what's the best thing for them, because they might be coming on wanting to talk about one particular topic, but that's not actually the thing. You don't have an offer around that, or your best offer is not around that topic. So by not being super duper clear on what it is that you're going to be offering at the end, then means that you can't then work backwards to go, okay, well, what's going to get the right person onto that call in the first place? So number one, you've got to be really, really clear at the end. What are you going to offer? So you may end up having different types of complimentary sessions if you have different offers, because you want it to be seamless. So if you're not really clear, and if what you're enticing people onto this free session for does not closely link with what you will be segueing over into for a sell, or for a sale, for the conversion, that's a big mistake to make. It's too general, it's too hard. You've got to try to wrangle people over in the right direction. So that's a really big mistake to make. So if you're doing that, I want you to be really clear on what is the offer I'm making. And if you're not clear on what your offer is, if you're not clear on the transformational journey you take your clients on, or that your clients themselves need to be on, well, that's where I come in. That's where I can help you. I've got my programs, that's specifically what the outcomes are that I deliver through those, is to help you to be able to do that really, really well. So if I've got you to this point and you're going, I'm really not super clear on that, then we need to talk, baby. So there will be links below here for you to be able to go and check out the different programs. And hey, we might even get on the phone if that sounds right. So that's an important thing. Know what your offer is, and you will have, if they're very different offers, you need to have more than one type of complimentary session. Now, you can see that we're getting a little bit more specific, aren't we? Now, the next big problem that I see that people do is they don't design their complimentary session to very specifically lead to that actual conversation. So you don't want to be, so for example, one of my programs is a video marketing academy. Now, there is no use me trying to get people to get on, if that's what I'm really going to be focusing on selling, there is no use me getting people onto the call who really want to talk about something like what are my offers, or what are my what's going to be my best business model, those sorts of things, because that's different programs that I have to offer, not the video marketing one. So in that case, I need to make sure that when I'm offering them a complimentary session, it is specifically around video marketing. So you can see how, depending on your offer, that's what's going to be the focus. So I need to let people know that this is a complimentary session around video marketing. Very, very specific. That's if I'm selling that program. Now, that's one mistake. So now we're looking at the next one, which is, once we've done that, we need to be really clear on what the outcome is. So if you're going to be saying, all right, we're just going to get on here and we're going to talk about video marketing, it's still not going to be specific enough. However, if you can offer them something that you can be helping them to nail very, very quickly, so that on that call you can be promising them that, you know what, we're going to get on the call and it's going to be this particular outcome. Now, this outcome that you're going to be delivering, helping them to do, is something that's going to be helping them to realize that there is more that they can possibly be doing with your help. For example, if I don't offer complimentary sessions, by the way, for my programs, but if I was, for the example with the Video Marketing Academy, and instead of just saying, look, we're going to be talking about video marketing, I might say, you know what, we're going to get onto a call and I'm going to help you to work out the first 6 topics that you can be doing videos on for your business. I might do that. I know I can deliver that, but I know that it's also going to make people realize, wow, maybe I need to, how am I going to shoot the videos? How am I going to get confident with that? And then, how can I do up all the automation? So that's, that could be a good outcome if I was going to do that. So what can you be doing that is a very specific thing? So people are not going to get that distrust of, oh, she's just going to sell me, because they're going to go, you know what? This is something I'm interested in, video marketing, and here it is that, I'm going to have this thing, we're just going to be focusing on 6 topics. So it might be something different for you. It might be, we're going to work out the first 3 big steps that you need to be taking to get whatever the outcome is. Also be aware if it's something that you know is going to take a longer period of time for you to be able to do. You don't want to do something that's going to take an hour to do. You want something that you can deliver in about 15 minutes so that you've got time then to have the conversion conversation. So that's the other thing that people do wrong, is they're not giving a really specific deliverable outcome from that time to work together. Now, moving backwards. So you can see, I always like to start at the end and move back. So we started with what you're offering. Then we've gone to, okay, what is the topic? Then we're going to want an outcome that you can be delivering. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, well, who's getting on the call? And so this is another mistake that people make, is they're not very, very specific about who this free session is for. You only want to spend that time with people who can spend money with you, that are most likely to want the offer that you had at the end. So you need to be super duper clear. So for me, in the example of the Video Marketing Academy, I would be saying this is for people who are in business now, who want to be able to reach a wider audience using video marketing. So they're in business now. It's not going to be for somebody that wants to use marketing to, wants to use video to do family shots or something like that. Or somebody that's thinking, oh, one day I might start up a business, because I don't work with people who, know that one day they might start a business but got no idea what on. That's not the ideal person for the program. So very, very specific. You may have a very, very specific thing. They might be a particular gender or a particular age. They might have had a particular, health issue, for example. Or a particular goal. So be very, very specific on who this is for. This is the big mistake. People make it that it's a free session for anybody. No way, baby. Because that brings us on to the next one, is scarcity. Your time is really, really valuable. So the big mistake that people make is they go, well, sign in for a complimentary session. I've got one, just it's like it's going to be, look, this is all, I've got heaps of time to do this. No, you don't. You've got other things that you've got to do, and you're only wanting to spend 30 or 60 minutes with people who you're pretty sure that it's going to end up resulting in a sale. So you want to make sure that you're going to get a return on investment of your time. So you can't be doing this, spending this time with people who are not likely to be clients. And so you really need to look at your calendar and go, you know what? I've only got time to do 6 a week. So I need to make sure that I can be helping you. So that's a difference. So by making it so that it's really general, that it's for anybody, and that you've got no commitment on your time, does not position you as being able to give value. And all of those things that make it too general, too easy, are red flags for people that either you don't really know what you're talking about, because why would you be so accessible? So are they going to get results for me anyway? And the other red flag is, you know what? Nobody would be doing that in their right mind. If they're running a business, they're not just going to keep on doing everything for free in their right mind. Why would they be doing that? I know, it's a sales call, red flag. I don't trust them straight away. So are you doing any of these things? If you are, my challenge to you is to take into note what I said, those different things that are going to help you to narrow this down, to make it so that this is actually something that is going to be really easy for you to be able to offer and get the right people, so you're not wasting your time with tire kickers that were never going to be the right people for your programs. And you're wasting their time as well if they're not going to be the kind of people that you're going to be able to help. So I'd love to hear from you. Are you making any of these mistakes? If you are, don't beat yourself up too much, because I've done that. I've made every single one of these mistakes when was starting out in my business. And I've helped a lot of people who come in doing that general thing to be able to make it so that they are very specific and that it can work for you. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this on actually how do you structure the calls, even if that is the right process for you to use. At what stages in your business is it right, and when is it wrong? So there's a lot more that goes into it. So if you want to know more about that, you need to be in my Attract Your Tribe program, baby. So I've got links down below for you to be able to find out about the Attract Your Tribe program. It's something that you can usually access at any time, and then once or twice a year we run a live session, but you can be able to get into the program there. So have a look and see if it's open, and that's That's really going to help you there if you want to know more. Otherwise, leave your comments down below. I really want to hear from you. Have you made these mistakes? And if you're going to change it, what's going to be the thing that you're offering? What's going to be the big thing? Put it down below, and you never know, it maybe appeal to somebody else that is watching this episode that's thinking, I need that. That person's talking to me. So use this as an opportunity for other people who are watching this, that you might be able to help them as well. Okay, go forth, have fun, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Bye.